Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. You're walking with Mr. Clay. I'm Mr. Clay. And first, we give thanks to the Most High for you. We thank God for those of you who have been with us since the beginning, and those of you who have been with us here and there's about, and those of you who have just subscribed, as well as those of you who are about to subscribe, contemplating subscription. Like, share, and subscribe, calling those things that are not as though they are. Yes, we thank God for this beautiful day, the day that is given unto us, that the sun has done its rotation, or the earth has done its rotation, however that might be. And we thank God that the moon has done its job and everything is walking in order in the laws that the Most High has for it. Even our bodies, that it wakes up this morning, they are obeying the laws, statutes, commandments, and the ordinances of the Most High. Yes, from birth, even the time that we were conceived, with these things obeying a certain law, that what they should do. Yes, all praises to the Most High. Laws are what our whole universe, the laws of music, the laws of sound, the laws of frequency, the laws of understanding the frequency, all the laws. Yes, this is what we're talking about. Law, God's law. You can obey your government's law. Your government's law is not above God's laws. They're added to it. If not, it would be something. There was something else. I was on a social media program, and then I came across something where it was justifiable, and I said, yes, eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth is fair. And the algorithm told me I had violated community bylaws. These people are very degenerate. They do not believe God's word. They won't go by God's law. They're liberals that would excuse and cause evil done to another person, or violence or whatever, and not be, should I say, the seeker of blood come after them. Sometimes it's not your law enforcement. It can be a member of your family just willing to take that risk, because law enforcement and the judicial system does not believe on the Old Testament laws. Yes, they've done due diligence. Matter of fact, they've done due diligence because the fact is that the people have, in the Old Testament, the people have deemed that this person, and there are witnesses that said this person has demised or unalived another person. And so the family seeks justice. And when these things are done, we find out that the laws of the Most High is fair, regardless of how hideous it might seem to you. They bring these things to your mind, these liberals, these corporate communities that have prisons and stuff. It's to make money. They don't care about the debt. They could give less about the debt. They give you, what's $1 million? What's a few $1 million? That's nothing. Your health, your life, your strength, your voice is everything. Yes, it's everything. It's more money than you can ever imagine. Yes, money answereth all things, but once that money is taken away or is gone, what all you have left, if you should live, your life, your health, and your voice. That's all you have left. So the Most High says they took away your life, your health, and your voice when you are unalived, or if a person is unalived or murdered, we'll put it that way. It's all gone. There's nothing there. And then they are allowed to live another day after they've been found guilty of the evil that they have done to another person. Yes, we're in Isaiah chapter 36. Isaiah chapter 36. Now we have to realize that Isaiah chapter 36 deals with, now we see where Isaiah is giving historical account as well as his prophecies coming to pass, or what the I Am said to him, that it is the I Am by what is said. Now, these are two different time periods here. These are two different dates. Earlier in the book of Kings, the scribe of the king Hezekiah, this is what we're talking about. The scribe of the king wrote this down. It's not exact, but he wrote it down in 2 Kings chapter 18. If you want to find out more about this, go to 2 Kings chapter 18, and it will inform you about the same thing Isaiah is saying of his own accord here. Now, in verse 1, it says, "Now it came to pass in the 14th year of King Hezekiah that Sennacherib, king of Assyria, came up against all the defense cities of Judah and took them." Isaiah been saying this for the longest. He's been telling them for the longest. The Most High says, if you do not do what I say, you do not do what your ancestors have agreed, this is what's going to happen to you. This is what he says. "And the king of Assyria sent Rabshakeh from Lachish to Jerusalem, or Yasharal, as some of you would call it, unto King Hezekiah with a great army, and he stood by the conduit of the upper pool in the highway of the fuller's field. Then came forth unto him Eliakim Hilkiah's son, which was over the house of Shebna, the scribe, and Jonah, Asaph's son, the recorder." Now, Asaph was the musician in the temple. You have to remember that. Asaph, his father was, if this is the same man, was now his son is the recorder. Like a recorder in the court. This is Old English to try to help you understand what is going on. It's not exactly what it looked like or whatever. This is how they are describing the picture as they could understand it when they translate it from Hebrew to whatever, to Latin or to whatever language, then from that language to this. Now, to this English. Now, he says, "Now, what confidence is therein thou trustest?" In other words, he didn't say faith. Faith is an English word. Many of you use this word for everything. Whatever. Have faith. Have faith in what? You can have faith in anything. It's just an English word, and trust, meaning trust. That's all it is. You can get all religious with it. Oh, I have faith. Faith in who? Faith in what? You just got plain old faith? The things that's going to go ta-da? You didn't say faith in God. Confidence. What confidence? Wherein thou trustest. Who is your confidence? I say, saith thou, but they are in vain words. I have counsel and strength for war. Now on whom dost thou trust? Thou hast rebelled against me. I've taken over everything. Hezekiah, his servant, says to him, Rabshakeh, or Shakeh, he says, "You rebel against me," said the king. "Lo, thou trustest in the staff of this broken reed on Egypt." And did not the Most High warn through the prophet Isaiah not to trust or even go down to Egypt to trust the power of Egypt? Now, Assyria already broken the reed of broken Egypt. And those who have went down there had to suffer the fate of Egypt. Yes, thinking they would escape the wrath of the Most High. Now, Assyria is one of the countries that, should I say, was the arm of the I Am for wrath against Judah and Israel because of their rebelliousness and following everything, even the kitchen sink of these heathenistic nations, instead of accepting whatever fate or death they had to suffer in order to obey and do that which the I Am says. Even the Sabbath, that's one of them, the Sabbath, and just the laws of toward your brethren that the Most High has set forth. Being in your country without a country. Now let's continue. He says, but if thou say, let's say, thou trustest in the staff of this broken reed, I'm in verse 6, on Egypt, wherein if a man lean, it will go into his hand and pierce it. So is Pharaoh, king of Egypt, to all that trust in him. This is Isaiah just recording this thing. But if thou say to me, we trust in the I am our God, is not he whose high places, whose altar Hezekiah hath taken away? Now you still find this in 2 Kings chapter 18. And said to Judah and to Jerusalem, ye shall worship before this altar? Now, therefore, give pledges, I pray thee, unto thy masters, king of Assyria, and I will give thee 2,000 horses, if thou be able on thy part to set riders upon them. It sounds like something they would do to the countries that you have this one superpower that goes to different countries and says, well, I'll give you so much if you give me your gold, your silver, your oil, your uranium, your cobalt, but just a little bit, just to keep you barely alive so you can work, because I am the power and you're scared, leader. This is happening today. This type of scenario is happening today. It has happened and it's still happening. There's only one government that I've seen that ever took a stance against that power and said no more. And that was Burkina Faso under the leadership of Mr. Abraham, Mr. Abrams, yes. Abram, yes. Now, Traore, yes, Traore. I'm about to forget that name, but Traore. Mr. Traore, President Traore, would be a king. Because they don't have to have no, as long as their king or the leader that they have is working toward their good, the people have no need of another leader. Or until he gets so old that they need another leader. I mean, I don't have no problem with it. I can see some have this where they have to switch out leaders every so many years because the leaders grow wicked. But now the king of Assyria, I will give thee 2,000 horses, if thou be able only thy part to set riders upon them. Then thou wilt turn away thy face, the face of one captain of the least of my master's servant, and put thy trust on Egypt for chariots and for horsemen. And am I now come up without the I am against the land to destroy it? The I am said to me, go up against this land and destroy it. He said that to the king of Assyria. Then said Eliakim to Sebna and Joah and Rabshakeh, speak, I pray thee, unto the servants in Syrian language, for we understand it. And speak not unto us in the Jews' language, in the ears of the people that are on the wall. In other words, tell us this thing in our language. But Rabshakeh said, hath my master sent me to thy master to seek peace? Seek these words? Hath he not sent me to the men that sit upon the wall, that they may eat their own dung and drink their own piss with you? Oh, that's a strike if you say those words. That's a strike in some areas. They have programmed their algorithms to say certain biblical language is not, even though it's not profanity, it's just telling a biblical truth, is against community guidelines. Then Rabshakeh stood and said with a loud voice in the Jews' language, hear ye the words of the king of Assyria. Thus said the king, let not Hezekiah deceive you, for he shall not be able to deliver you. Neither let Hezekiah make you trust in the I am, saying that the I am will surely deliver us. This city shall not be delivered into the hand of the king of Assyria. Hearken not to Hezekiah, for thus saith the king of Assyria, make an agreement with me by presents, and come out to me, and eat ye every one of his vine and every one of his fig tree, and drink ye every one of the waters of his own cistern, until I come and take you away to the land like your own land, and a land of corn and wine, and a land of bread and vineyards. But Hezekiah persuade you, saying, the I am will deliver us. Has not any of the gods of the nations delivered his land out of the hand of the king of Assyria? This is the constant confidence of the superpower of this day. This is their confidence. Yes, I am build them up for great humiliation. He build up people. The king of Assyria, he built them up, let him subdue lands, and then all of a sudden the king of Assyria is no more. Up rise Babylon. History is repeating itself. Now, he says, where are the gods of Hamath? See, Arphad. Where are the gods of Sepharvaim? Have they delivered Samaria out of my hand? He says, look at me. My God is stronger than your God. They have been given over by the AM, because these are pagan cities, pagan people that he have subdued. Who are they amongst all the gods of these lands have not delivered their land out of my hand, that the I am should deliver Jerusalem out of my hand? But they held their peace and answered him not a word. For the king's commandment was, answer him not. Did not in the previous chapters, the I am told Judah, in your quietness and confidence is your peace. Come on here. You got to understand this thing. You have to understand the context, and then you will understand the scriptures. Most people, they talk about the scriptures and don't know what they're talking about because they have not understood the book. You can read Harry Potter, you can read all kinds of novels and love songs, you can go through all the gossip and the intrigue of how people do people wrong, but you cannot understand the historical account nor the word, or even try to understand the I am through the I am's word. The historical account of the I am's word that he's given unto the children of Israel. This is a problem. They held their peace. This was the commandment of the Most High. Hold your peace, for in it there is your strength. Then Eliakim the son of Hilkiah, that was over the household, and Shebna the scribe, and Joah, and the son of Asaph, the recorder, to Hezekiah with their clothes rent, and told him the words of Rashaki. They told the king. Now, the king was, there's another thing about Hezekiah you will find out in, should I say, 2 Kings chapter 18. You will find that out. But the fact is, if we keep those things that the Most High have commanded us, whether through prophecy or through commandments, laws, statutes, ordinances, and his very word that he put upon our hearts, even his laws. Yes, his laws. They're all laws. It's just different degrees of laws, different. Understand what a statute is. Commandments, laws, all those things. You still obey today what you obey them from a secular government, which does not keep half the things that they say. It's called constitutions. This was the constitution of the children of Jacob. This was the constitution they agreed to. The Most High wrote out the constitution, period. That they might be an ideal people, an ideal nation unto the world, that the world might come and say, we want to live with these people. Just like someone to come and live in what is we call spiritually Babylon. because they hear of how the facade that Babylon puts on, that we have it all. We have wine, we have women, we have joy, you can make money, all these things, and they come with their hopes high. For certain people, yes, part of it was true. For others, it was a nightmare. But if we keep those things that the Most High have commanded us, even as law, statutes, and commandments, laws, ordinances, yes, we will have peace.